Hi everyone, my name is Eric, I'm a carpenter. This video is about building a base for a CNC tabletop. In behind me here is a sketch that I've come up with. I don't have a lot of room in my studio where I do the majority of my work. I needed to come up with a base that I can move around, so it's going to have wheels on it. And I'm going to make it with an articulating top. So when I'm not using the table, I can store it out of the way. I've thought about this project for quite a bit, but now it's actually time to start building it. This is the tabletop, or the CNC tabletop that I have stored right now. I've gone ahead and cut the legs and the base. The base is 26 inches and the height is also 26 inches. I've mitered off the corners. I think that would be helpful, especially when the top of the table is going to be turning. So now I'm gonna fasten this together. These are the wheels that I have that I'm gonna be using for the base. I'm gonna attach them maybe on the side like that or on the end. I'm not sure yet. I have a couple of these boards. I think I'm just gonna chamfer the ends of them and then use them as the gussets to hold the base and the vertical together. I have the base put together now. I've got two of these legs. I'm just kind of building this with materials I have left over from other projects. This is the dowel, it's 1 3/8. I'm gonna use a 1.5 inch spade bit. The holes are drilled in both of the tops, and the dowel fits in there pretty good. The two legs are built now. They're both the same. So what I'd like to do now, I have some cedar boards I've milled these up for another project, but I've got lots of them. So I'm gonna attach the base just at the bottom on both sides with a piece of this. Good, you can take like the block plane and just knock all the corners off all your pieces. It's good, it's just softer on the hands. Cut these two pieces, pre-drilled them. Now I'm gonna fasten them at the bottom of the base. That's gonna hold these legs in place. The base is put together now. I've got the holes drilled, like the left and right side. So next I'm gonna move on to the table and start working on the underside of that. And I have to figure out a way to attach the tabletop to here. I'm thinking that this part of the table that's going to attach to the underside is going to have to be wide enough to connect to the table, and then it's going to have to turn and be wide enough on this side, or on either side for that matter, that the table is going to be able, it won't be on an angle, like it'll be able to close against the piece down here. It's going to take a little bit of doing, but we'll get there. These two pieces are cut now, and I'm going to fasten these on the underside of the CNC table. I'll show you that. These are two more that are going to be fastened to the underside of the CNC table. I'll show you that in the next section. That's the underside of the CNC table, and I'm attaching those strips on there. They're going to be doubled up, so I have something to attach the I guess the gussets. I'll show you that when we get there. And then those are going to line up with the top of the base. So I'm thinking if I use a piece of plywood, I can fasten it onto the side. Of course it'll be longer and maybe not as wide, but and then I can drill some holes in it and then slide the dowel through, and then that will hold it on this, on the stand. So that's the idea. That's how the dowel is going to fit through the table base. I call these gussets, and this bottom part, this part is going to be fastened to the cleat, which is on the inside of the table, and this part's going to go obviously where the dowel is. So I've got two of these, and I'm going to try them out and see how they work, and then if they work out well, I'll use this pattern to make two more, but maybe a little bit longer for the other side, because I'd like to have four of these holding the table. The plates are fastened now. Then I'm going to attach the table onto there. If this works out, I'm going to make two more of those gusset plates and then keep going. So far, so good. This actually works. I can tilt the table to a horizontal position. I've decided to make the feet a little bit longer. Right now they're 26 inches. I've got a couple of pieces, I can make them 32. So I think I'm going to do that. And then I think I'll do another gusset on the inside. And then I got to figure out some way to stop this from to hold it steady in the when it's horizontal. This is where we're at with the base for the CNC table. I've added these gussets on the outside, and I think in here I'm gonna make some I'm gonna fill that in so I can have more storage. And I've also put the wheels on, so this moves around quite nice, and when those black levers come up, it'll rest on those little feet that I put on there. It's just plywood. Yeah, so there's the CNC table when it's vertical, and then when I need to use the machine, I can put it up horizontally. Update on the CNC table base. I've turned these into just a couple of storage compartments. I don't know what I'm gonna put in there yet. But I just cut like a strip of cedar and put it on there, and then all these blocks here, I just cut it a scrap to fit in there. That's the table when it's horizontal. So what I'm thinking is to make 4 legs that will attach from there to the base, or there, and then that will have to do. I can't think of anything else at the moment, but for now I think that will work. And then once I get that, then I can start setting up the actual CNC machine. Maybe I can show you that. Let's see how this goes. I put I pre-drilled holes in there to put screws in to hold it. When this machine gets going, there's quite a bit of vibration, and sometimes when the machine changes direction, there's jarring, and that could make it come loose. So these come off. It can be stored. And then the table can be moved around and stored as needed. So that brings us to conclusion on this project, which was the base and getting this machine set up and running. But overall, I'm very pleased with the way this project turned out. When I'm not using the machine, I can move it out of the way, and it's on wheels, so I can move it where it needs to go. And yeah, on to the next project. Hopefully you've found something interesting or helpful about this project, and thanks for watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one.